Divine Connection Marketing is a 500 Fortune company that can always connect you to the right connection. Check them out.
Businesses all across the planet are looking to make connections with people. Well, guess what? Divine Connections magazine is helping businesses not only walk in their purpose and passions, but to get connected to their potential. That's right. You've got to connect to your potential, and you can make it happen now because it is time to know your worth. As you get connected to people all across the planet, Divine Connections magazine will make it happen. And get featured in the magazine today and get your copy now, because there's no other time than a divine time to get connected to Divine Connections magazine.
Great day, everyone. I am Deloris Williams with Divine Connections. Let's make it happen. So Divine Connections is a magazine that comes out quarterly in print as well as online, and we connect with the community. So whether you are a pastor, whether you are an author, whether you have a book, we connect with the community. So if you're doing great things in the community, we want to hear from you. So let's get started with the other things that I do. Is an event that comes out quarterly. So in March, we have our anniversary where we celebrate together. We have this March, we had women to come out and be women speakers, and we celebrated women at my 12th magazine anniversary, and we had vendors. We also had individuals that sing, praise, dance, and mime. And so in October, we will be having the Bring It event where we're going to have praise dance groups, mimes, vendors, and youth vendors. So if you are interested and you're in the North Carolina area, make sure you connect with us. We're looking for mimes, praise dance vendors, and youth vendors. That's going to be Saturday, October the 15th in the Mebane Arts Center in Mebane, North Carolina. So if you're interested in that, please let us know. And then we also have our interviews on Wednesdays between the hours of 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. where we use this platform to share with the audience who you are and what you do. And then upcoming, very soon, we will have Divine Connections app where we'll be on people's phone and we will provide services, kingdom services. So if you're interested in finding out more, you could be an ambassador for the app, depending on what you do and our requirements. So definitely text us at 336-338-8903 or email divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com. Next on our agenda, if you have not got your copy of Divine Connections magazine, it is here and available for you. So get your copy now. It comes hard copy as well as digital. And so you can choose either one or both. All right. And we love making it happen. And we have different resources for that. If you would like to be a sponsor on our show, if you have a 30-second commercial, it will go on before or after the interview, and we will continue to circulate your commercial as we do our interviews for 3 months. So we would love for you to help us, and we help you spread the gospel of your good news as well. So if you're interested in that, it's only $150 for 3 months. Make sure you connect with us. We also create 30-second and 60-second commercials for your business and in your ministry. So if you need a custom video for your business, your ministry, your book, your gospel group, or your event, please let us know. We will love to serve you. Also, we have our book, The Kingdom Connector, is here, How to Build an Empire Helping People. And this is phenomenal because I talk about the strategies and the things that I've done with the help of the Lord, with the achievements I've done in my life as well as my business, Divine Connection. So if you want to know how I do what I do, get the book, The Divine Connection, The Key Connector by Deloris Williams, How to Build an Empire Helping People. We also have our diaries are here as well. You guys make sure you get a copy so we can journal together. It's called Making It Happen. You Are a Divine Connection. So let's continue to connect and let's journal together. And then we're going to look back at the achievements and accomplishments of what we have done with the help of the Lord. It's called Making It Happen, and You Are a Divine Connection. And next to the last thing I wanted to share is our Divine Connection store is now available. So if you have not got a chance to go check it out, go check it out. We have shirts and hoodies and socks and pillows and um, duffel bags and different things in there. So go to the link and go to shop all, and you will see all of our products. And definitely go and support us there as well. Awesome. And our last thing is, I am grateful. Remember, you guys voted for the Rhythm of Gospel. Well, we won. It was print press gospel from the Miami, Florida. We are here, and I am grateful for the opportunity to share in the community. And then you guys voted, and we won. So it continues to help us, spread the gospel and achieve mighty things. So thank you for that. That's the Rhythm of Gospel from Miami, Miami, Florida. All right. And so I'm excited about what God is doing and how things are moving forward. And today we have an awesome, awesome guest. Mr. Archie is in the house. So let's go ahead and bring him in.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm glad I can hear you now.
Awesome.
And congratulations on Rhythm of Gospel.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It was an honor. I enjoy doing things in the community, and then that's just one of the accomplishments that shows you that you're doing something good,
Right,
in the community.
right.
So I'm grateful for that. So let's get into it, Mr.
Okay.
Archie. Tell us who you are and where you're from, and a little bit about yourself.
Well, most folks know me as Archie Swindell, or the Goose, which is a
Okay.
nickname
Okay.
that was given to me years ago by
Okay.
some older quartet guys. Originally from Laurinburg, but for the past 18 years based here in Raleigh.
Okay.
We've been a part of the music industry professionally for the past 43 years. So we've mainly been radio, and within the past, I would say 16 years, independent marketing for upcoming artists.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, the gospel music industry has been around for a very, very long time.
Yes,
Give
yes.
us what some pointers of I don't know if I want to say traditional or the main points of good gospel compared to up to date where it is right now, and what people need to focus on if they're thinking about being in the gospel industry or they're already in the gospel industry to
Well,
really connect. Mm-hmm.
the biggest thing is to make sure that you actually have a message to give to the people. We live in perilous times. We live in uncertain times. And so when it comes to gospel music, that should be the music where you can kind of lean on, and there's a positive message there. We've had novelty songs over the past 93 years of actual recording of gospel. And those songs have stood the test of time, but then there are also songs that have left a long impression with us, such as Precious Lord by the one and only Thomas Dorsey, which was kind of the blueprint of where gospel was heading and what gospel needed. And so it's about the message. So the main question, whether you are an artist that's already established or an upcoming artist, do you actually have a message, or do you want to be a part of what we call showcasing? And there's a big difference, because a lot of times in showcasing, the message gets lost.
Right.
And you're just being a part of a scenario that, and I'm not bashing where gospel is right now, but I don't see no substance in where gospel is right now.
Wow.
I always ask a question, and I kind of get criticized about this, but I always ask the question in real time: name an actual song within the past 5 years that has had sustaining power in gospel music, such as Your Grace and Mercy, which is now 30 years old. But you can listen to Your Grace and Mercy, and it still has sustaining power.
That's right.
But if you ask a question right now, what artist, what song in the past 5 years has had sustaining power, people end up scratching their head.
That is true.
And watch this, I don't want no mechanical hit.
Right.
a song that it took money to make it happen, or it just got so much play that you just got accustomed to it. Because there are songs right now, if it wasn't for my kids, I wouldn't even really know that it's actually been out here for just a moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's the biggest portion that I would give any upcoming artist is what is your message? What are you trying to bring to the people?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So what is the process and what you do when somebody does have music and the message and they come to you?
Well, my biggest thing that I wanted to look at is it marketable? I teach this whenever I'm at seminars and workshops and stuff like this, what I call the Barry Gordy platform. And if you remember the movie The Temptations, when he had the round table meeting, he asked the question, what would you spend your dollar on, this record or a cheeseburger? So I'm asking the question because we live in the era of download. Would I spend $1 to $1.50 to download this? Or would I go to McDonald's and get a cheeseburger? So we have to ask that question. What am I putting out here for the people? So I'm listening to that. And are you willing to travel? Are you willing to take this ministry past the area where you're comfortable at? What are you doing in your community? I'm real strong. I'm a real strong advocate, not just to be singing, but what are you actually doing in your community that makes a difference with your ministry? You know, Jesus was a carpenter in Capernaum, but he had a ministry outside of Capernaum.
Yeah.
So that's why I ask folks, what is your base while you're home? And then what is your base while you're out there working? So when I do work with an artist, which is very seldom, you know, but I do, because most of the time I work on the radio side. So if I have an artist that already has a product out there, I'm asking that question. What are you trying to do with this right here? Because we have a lot of, and once again, no bashing, but we have a lot of A&Rs or so-called A&Rs that make these promises. Or I can get you played here. I can get you played there. I can get this done. I can get that. I don't make those kind of promises. I'm asking the question, what are you trying to do? So I'm not sitting now. If a company is streaming or they have iTunes or they're doing podcasts and stuff like that, that's different because now you can submit the music and okay, wherever it goes, that's good. But if you're looking to travel with this, how far are you willing to go? Because I don't really see the need of sending music out to Texas or California if you're not willing to go out there and work. And the way the economy is right now, you have to live in real time, you know. So that's some of the things we do. And basically we work on the image of the artist as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Because everything that we think is sellable is not sellable. You know, and because this over here works for this artist, it's not guaranteed to work for you. I tell folks there's only one Kurt Franklin. We don't need 20 more because there's only one Kurt Franklin.
That's right.
There's only one John P. Key. There's only one Doc McKenzie. So we don't need 20 more of that, and we don't need 20 more of that particular sound. So if the Lord has given you an original sound, take that sound and execute it and see what's going to happen for you and make it work for you.
That's right. Now, since a lot of people are doing digital, is it required for them to, could they build their music and do their music and just build it digital and send it out digital in different places versus traveling?
It can. I mean, we have a team that's on the side that works basically in the digital marketing. I still believe in the one-on-one, hand-on-hand approach. I believe in that public relationship. That's a part of the PR thing. So I'm going to send you a product, but I'm not going to make no connection with you. That doesn't work. And we do have a lot of folks that I'm just going to send it out. Well, I know for a fact, because I used to be guilty of it. Matter of fact, I still have a desk that I think still has the wrapper from 20 conventions back. You know, so it's also is who serves as your PR person, who's your public relations, and that's what Destiny Music Entertainment Group is about. I'm about that PR. I'm about that connection of can I get it played? Because you don't have to play it, but if I have favor with you or favor with just some random names like a Jerry Smith or whoever the case may be, then I want to be able to say, boom, can you? And if it can't or it doesn't fit, then let me find the format that it fits. And that's another thing that artists fail to realize. You need to know what that market or what that station has to offer, because it might be a high urban station. People used to come hard after Radio 1. I'm going to use them because they had an urban flavor. And they was like, well, they don't play tradition. They don't play choir. They have to go where the money is. So if the urban sound works for them, salute them. Right. But now, if there's a place where we can sit down and say, can we try the choir sound? Can we try the quartet sound? Then let's sit down and let's analyze this and see if there's any value to it. Because one of the things that people fail to realize, radio stations are not in the business to play music. They're in the business to play commercials. And they need to ask the question, do you have the song to make a person stay an extra 4 minutes until the commercial set comes? You know, so these are some of the things that we have to take into consideration. Just because you have a brand new single and Ain't Minnie and Uncle Joe and the boys around the corner like your single is sellable in Maryland. Is it sellable in Texas? It might be hot. Case in point, we can go back in time. I've been in radio since 1977, and there was a lot of artists that might have had hot records, but they were not hot when they came here. And there was a big difference between North Carolina and South Carolina when you dealt with the audience. So like the Williams brothers. When the Williams brothers first came on the scene, they had hot records, but they wasn't what you say hot in North Carolina, but was super hot in South Carolina. So we talking about two different states, two different styles, but eventually, for a period of time, when we get down around I'm Just a Nobody, but they got eight projects back, we get into them, you know. So you have to learn these areas and learn what's clicking and learn what's selling. So by the time we get into the 80s, there's a whole new sound. There's a whole new group of announcers such as myself, and Jerry Smith, Bobby Parker. All of us are young kids. So of course we're going to go with the contemporary sound. So Commission sounded good to us. The Hawkins family sounded good to us. And we went with that. But I also had to be again, Ain't Minnie and Uncle Joe are avid supporters. So I've got to play the Jackson Southern areas. I've got to play the gospel keynotes because their pocketbooks are bigger than my grandson's.
The supporters, right.
Right. So you got to give them something because they're easy to go buy a Cadillac faster than my grandson can buy a Cadillac. You got to keep it real. Yeah.
Right. So where do you see the industry in the next couple of years going?
It was sustained because of where it is. But true artists, I think the jury is still out on that situation. And this is from my viewpoint because I'm looking at the value of maybe your song is hot right now or it's been hot for the past 2 years, but we have a lot of cases where the song might still be hot, but the artist is no longer hot. So
Yeah.
it's going to be, where's your integrity? I think that would be the bigger question, the better question to ask. What does the artist have integrity wise? And are you willing to stand your ground as a gospel artist? And just because somebody's waving a bigger dollar, that you would sell your integrity to be valued over on the other side. I think that came up in the meeting in Durham. You know, where is your integrity level? So when you go back, and I tell folks, look at history. Mahalia Jackson has been deceased now 50 years, but yet she outsells everybody right now to this day because she did not sell her integrity. There's a story when it was time for her to record Come Sunday. She didn't want to do it because it was written by Duke Ellington, but Duke Ellington had to come on her playing field and honor her request in order for her to record it. But the record company could not force her, neither could Duke Ellington, because her integrity was, I'll do it, but it has to be on my terms. So as a gospel artist, you actually have the upper hand to say, these are my terms. You know, another case in point was Love Me Like a Rock by the Dixie Hummingbirds. Their whole thing was we had to sit down. They had to study the lyrics. They had to make sure that it did not assault audience because they already had a serious base. And so when they agreed to it, it was on their terms and not Paul Simon's terms. Then they were able to turn back around. They were able to turn back around and actually do their own rendition of it. They won a Grammy. Paul Simon didn't win a Grammy, you know, because it was all about the integrity. So the question is, where's the integrity in gospel for you?
Awesome. Now, do you think also if people go out of the country and do their music and then come back, is it a better? Because you know, I've heard of different artists going out in the country first, and then coming back to grow, and sometimes it's a better connection out there.
Well, sometimes you can actually leave the country, don't never come back, like the Golden Gates. You know, they was at the top of the chain, and they just want to be a part. So when they went to France in '59, they never came back. You know, and yet they are international superstars. So it can happen that way, because watch this, you don't have to actually stay here, or you don't actually have to keep traveling the same circuit that a lot of artists do. You know, a lot of artists stay in the same run. Clara Ward was one of the very first ones, the nightclubs. Can your integrity go into the clubs, you know, of today, as opposed to what was going on back in the day, where it wasn't nothing but smoking and drinking, and now you got a whole new game out here. So again, that question is, it can happen. There's a group out of Texas that is more popular overseas than they are here, but they do come back to the States and do dates here. So it's only two to it.
Yeah. Awesome. Anything else you want to share before we leave, and then we'll leave with a word of encouragement?
Pretty well much to the new artists that are out here, as well as our veteran artists. Social media is the biggest platform in the world. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. And pretty well much put your grind there to build a base, so people will know what you're doing, what you're saying. Build your numbers. You can't make much happen if you're under 4,000.
Okay.
So if you're a fan base, you got to make those numbers get on up there. So that way, when you do say something, when you're doing something, it registers. Make sure that you got something to tell your people every day. I'm only on like Facebook and Instagram in the mornings while I'm just chilling for about 15 minutes. After that, I don't know what happens until I come back later on that evening. But I'm putting thought out there as to say, Think about this today. So as an artist or a minister, have something to tell the people every day and build your base every day, and let it be a word of encouragement that's going to help people.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So was it our word of encouragement, or we got a last minute word of encouragement?
The last word of encouragement is something that I live by every day. If you do right by the things that God places in your hand, and do right by the people that is surrounded by you, watch God do right by you and increase your territory, because it's where you give him honor and glory that he'll let you shine. So my biggest thing is just do right by the things of God and put him first, and watch things happen.
Awesome. Awesome. And how can people contact you to get more information, or maybe the radio station?
Everybody tracks me down on Facebook or my email address, because you know how the scam society is. Now, if you leave a message, I will respond. But my number is 919-757-8536. But now, if I don't hear no message, then I treat it as the scammers, you know, and I get about 50 of those a day. You know?
Yeah. Awesome. And then your email address.
My email address is all small letters, ASJGEM, the number 7 @gmail.com.
Wait, I think ASJ. Okay. I think I got an extra letter in there. Hold on. There we go. Let me make sure I get that right. Okay. There we are.
That's it. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, listen, I have enjoyed this time with you and your information and your knowledge. Awesome. You guys make sure you like and share. The music industry, gospel music industry is wide. And so there is opportunity out there. But as you said, make sure you have a message. And that's the important thing. And integrity.
Right. Most definitely. Most definitely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But it was an honor. I appreciate it.
You are very.
It was just great to be fellowshipping with you. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Well, same here. We appreciate what you do in the community, because it's much needed. It's much needed for sure.
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. All right, Mr. Archie. So thank you for being my guest on here. So hold tight, and we're gonna go to our sponsors at the end. And I thank you for being here. I am Deloris Williams with Divine Connections. Make sure you stay connected to the number one divine connector, which is Jesus Christ. All right, everyone else, make sure you like and share this broadcast, and we'll talk to you soon. Hold tight, Mr. Archie.
Hey, we've got exciting news from Divine Connections Marketing Services. Now you can create your own custom video commercial for your business or organization. It's time for you to win. Your product or service is someone's solution. So get the attention of your potential customers now. Choose from a 30 or 60-second commercial today. Just email us at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com and we can get started. Connect today and let's get started making your custom video commercial now. Divine Connections Magazine. Get major exposure for your business. Is someone looking for your service? Do you need networking? Are you a gospel artist or a ministry? Do you have a major event that you want to promote? Divine Connections Magazine has the solution for you. We can distribute to residents, businesses, churches, and online. Don't miss this opportunity to expand your marketing locally and around the world. Find out more about us at divineconnectionsmagazine.com. Get your spot in the next issue of Divine Connections Magazine by emailing us for details at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com.
Make sure to like us on Facebook at Divine Connections Marketing. Follow us on Instagram at Divine Connections.
Let's get it started now.